Hey everybody, welcome back. I've been getting my butt kicked in real life. Wouldn't that be a weird start? I've just been walking down the street getting absolutely freaking brutalized. I've been getting diablerized left, right, and center. It's crazy out there, only in New York. Anyway, no, I've been losing like really badly. A regular cane and to Ubermom. Okay, that's a nice little balance of salty and sweet. What I was gonna say is I've been getting my butt kicked in Slay the Spire, so it's time for me to come back to a game where I have some degree of confidence. Whether or not we win, you know, that's something you can't take for granted, especially when you're going alt path. But man, Slay the Spire's been just bodying me lately, and I didn't get very much free time this weekend. Honestly, I was pretty on, like, you know, duty wise. From a husband, father, citizen level. But when I did get some free time, I was playing a little bit of Rocket League, and just like, man, I every day I grow more resolute in my hypothesis that if you play ranked Rocket League, you should actually not only have the privilege of receiving free mental therapy, like from psionics or, like, I don't know, the government. I haven't really thought about it too much. It's mostly just a joke. But you shouldn't just be entitled to it. You should be, like, forced to take it for the good of society. I was talking, because Kate plays League of Legends. I was talking about it, like, every once in a while in Rocket League, you know, I claw and fight and just, like, scrape together, like, 25 minutes where I can play 3 games. And you end up coming up against these people who have played so much of the game, they've gotten bored of the game itself, so then they have to turn every game into a meta game that's like a gimmick. They got these names like, I only pass! And then, you know, you're playing the game and you set them up for a shot, and they're like, nope, back to you! And you're like, please, I've been there. I've played so much of a game that I've gotten bored, that I've had to make the game. Whoa! Wow, talk about anticlimactic. That I had to, like, invent my own rule set to make the game more interesting for me, but, like, it's like teenage narcissism. We gotta, come on. I only get 25 minutes. Can we try to just, like, shoot the ball when I set you up beautifully? I don't get a lot of situations like that in my Rocket League career, okay? And Kate's been running up against people, like, in League of Legends that do the same thing. Like, their gimmick is like, you know, I only buy wards. And then you're like, hey, can you come help us, like, push the tower? They're like, nope, that's not a ward. So funny, dude. But then, like, on top of that, I mean, this is, like, the cycle I always go through, where I'll play a little bit of ranked. Not a ton, honestly, but I would play a little bit of ranked. And then encounter some insanity like that just too many times. Only good pills, right? Owns. And then go, I don't think this is worth my time, and then I stop playing it for, like, 3 months, and then I come back and I play a little bit of ranked, and I have a great time. Then I encounter a little too much sanity, and I bail out. And every time the period gets shorter, you know? But anyway, like, this was one where I was actually, like, on the winning side. We were up 3-1 with, like, 4 minutes left. A guy on their team said, please just forfeit. And then I said, why? You should just turn off the chat, I guess. But I said, why? And he said, we have a 20% hit rate. Maybe I shouldn't have said this part, okay? But I did. Maybe it was because I was watching The Last Dance with the Michael Jordan documentary. But his rollover and say quit attitude offended me as a human being. I've overcome no challenges in my life, but I'd like to think that I would at least have the mental fortitude to weather a 2-goal deficit. I said, quit being a baby. And then he typed Lamau in all caps and said, okay, well, you guys can keep playing if you want. But you're gonna, in his words again, Go ahead, learn bad habits. To which I did not reply. But I was thinking, like, you know what's a worse habit than, you know, like ball chasing? Is whenever you face, like, the slightest bit of friction in your leisure time, just being like, well, I'm not gonna play with you guys anymore. That's, like, definitely a worse habit. But anyway, for the rest of the game, he just typed the lyrics to Bob Marley's Buffalo Soldier in all chat, in all caps. I mean, I wasn't even really mad. I was just like, what am I doing? Like, this, it's just annoying. Like, main character syndrome. Just get a life. It's so sad. Like, it's, look, it's not even like what's the word I'm trying to find here? I know I said like 70 times here. This is gonna give us a free deal with the devil. It's gonna be beautiful. Get ready. But it's just like, it's more like disgust than annoyance. Like, rather than be, I wasn't like, oh, it's so annoying how, like, oh, stop singing Buffalo Soldier. I was just more like Principal Skinner. I was like, this is so pathetic. Like, it's just sad. It's like, it was just unpleasant to be a part of as a result of. I was like, man, you're out here. Oh, we're gonna get hit. Like, I don't know what we're gonna do about that. I was just like, how do you handle like 10th grade if you can't handle being down 3-1 in Rocket League without losing your mind? Anyway, long story short, looking forward to playing a little bit more today. Is this boss killable? Does this boss bleed? Because if it bleeds, I have it under advisement we can kill it. What a shot, by the way. Just forfeit. I have like a 20% dodge rate. Buffalo Soldier in the heart of America, fighting for survival. Okay, don't lose this deal with the devil. Is what? I don't believe it. Like, I fundamentally am like, I disagree with your premise that you hit me there. We're gonna have to take this one up to the jury, I guess. I'm a little upset, but you know what I'm not gonna do is just give up. I'm gonna acknowledge that I played a role in my own misery there. Caffeine pill I would have liked to have gotten, but hey, we get the chance. I paid 7 cents for the chance to double it, so. It's a bit of a sunk cost fallacy, I suppose, but it's gotta be done. Really big shoe. You think that could be our secret room? Would you look at that? This is where we started rebuilding. Justice, Chariot. We do want justice. Chariot doesn't garner much for us. I do want to play the Eddie room. I don't think we have enough to get to a reasonably good outcome, but we should at least try. %67% chance for an increased angel room. Okay, I'm just going to head down to the next floor then. I know we got a heart we can buy, but the odds of getting something out of that are quite low. Alright, so I screwed this floor up something fierce. It's just like, I mean, I just want to like, I'm assuming it's the nation's youth, okay? And I can't back that up. I don't have any empirical data to back that up. They could easily be 45 years old. It wouldn't surprise me. It genuinely, unfortunately, would not surprise me. Especially in this day and age. Am I right? I don't know what that's supposed to mean. But anyway, I just want to tell people, like, you know, if you take the game this seriously, you gotta just, like, walk away for a bit. Like, if you can't... If you're at the point... And we've been down this road a billion times, but... If you're auditing your leisure time, you know, and you find that... You know, this is like, oh, I looked forward all day to, like, logging on to Rocket League. And then, like, as soon as I got there, my teammates don't watch the same YouTube videos that I do. They're freaking ball chasing. And then you can't have fun with it as a result of that. Like, maybe that's a sign that, like, you should just recontextualize how that game is in your life. You might say, NL, what about you? It sounds like you're miserable, like, playing with these other people. Yeah, that's why I'm gonna play some, like, Deathloop instead. I've learned my lesson finally. Took me long enough. And I'll have to learn it again, by the way. So, again, we lost our deal with the devil here. This is going to be a great room for us, though. We're going to pop Justice. We're going to get 5 golden chests, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, and 2 turtle doves. The partridge in the pear tree, I don't know. We'd have to get a little lucky. I'm not sweating this run. Okay, I'm sweating this run immensely. We're on 1 HP with a champion. I will send a bomb in there, just to simplify. Book of the Dead. Very nice. Justice. Hey, we can still get 5 golden chests. Okay, never mind. Don't forget about this Eternal Heart. That's is of the utmost importance. It's just, it's very funny to me, like, you know. I've been there, by the way, like, even as a child. I don't even mean as a kid. Like, or as a teenager, I should say. I mean as, like, a little kid. Like, oh, I can't wait for 4th grade to be over so I can go home and play Mega Man X. You go home and play Mega Man X, and you're like, Launch Octopus is BS! He's too wise, the missile's home in. And then he becomes part of that vertical water column. I'm just saying, man. Isn't it funny how, you know, for many people, and maybe for all of us in our own, I don't believe that there's anybody out there, maybe Justin, okay? But Justin is like a saint somehow. I don't know how he does it. I don't think I've ever, he has strong opinions, but I don't think I've ever seen him be mad. I don't know if I've ever heard him raise his voice in anger, which I think is very admirable. Even in frustration. I don't know. He did outside of like jest. I don't know if I've experienced it. It's kind of incredible. Apart from that, like, you know, maybe you're that 1 in 20 people who is just like, you know, completely, your mood is always like in your control, which honestly sounds pretty sick. I got a pretty good grasp on my emotions. There are some times where I'm like, Lord help me, but I'm about to, like, you know, light someone up. Just with the most biting sarcasm I can muster. Not with, like, very passive-aggressive, like, you know, pathetic type reasoning. Okay, don't forget. Why wouldn't you go into your item room, by the way? Just talking to me personally here. Don't forget you gotta get the key piece here, too, if you want to fulfill your good faith end of the bargain. I've gotten mad at games before. Definitely, thank you. Definitely gotten mad at teammates as well. It's a bad habit for sure. I'm just the people who, like, I want to start like a PSA for gaming, and a lot of this comes from the bias of like being having a limited amount of time, right? Win, lose, or draw is still fun. Like, you know, I shouldn't say I struggle, but there's like an interesting nugget to tease apart, right? Like in the philosophy of gaming, if you will. Like, what is the purpose of a game? I don't think there's any one answer for it. I think there's several purposes. Like, you can play a game just to have fun, like an Animal Crossing, for example. I think is a perfect encapsulation of, like, you know, you're just gonna play it to literally relax. Glitched crown, ay. Okay, so this run is now gonna get very sweaty, but we kind of needed something like this, so I'm stoked. Hold on, we're not gonna be able to finish that train of thought. I'm just letting you know. Ready, steady, go. Ready, steady, go. Ready, steady, go. Let's go! I got a pretty good track record with Glitched Crown. I don't think it's that hard, but I do have a pretty good, like, a decent hit rate. But then, like, actually, you know what's funny? I was watching, or I was on, this ties into this discussion of like, what makes a game. Because sometimes, you know, some people play Rocket League just to leisurely, like, turn their brain off and have a good time. Some people play it to, you know, it serves as a great distraction from, like, whatever's going on in their real life, and I'm not making light of that. Some people play it because they want to, like, they're prospective esports professionals, and they want to, like, turn it into a career or at least a pursuit. And then some people are, and I think this is me, to be honest with you, whether it turns out positively or negatively. Some people are just innately kind of competitive, and, you know, this serves as a vessel for them to feel both the highs and the lows of winning and losing in competition. So they're like, some of it is like guilt-free fun, Animal Crossing. Some of it is, you know, aspirational. Some of it is neurotransmitter driven. Like, it's interesting, but there's and you're gonna wonder how this ties together justifiably, but there's an Among Us fighting game that got developed and released on itch.io. It's not official, like it's not made by the Among Us team, but it's made by an indie fighting game developer, and by all accounts, at least, like, it appears to be oh, we gotta pay attention here. One sec. Car battery is pretty good, man. Ready? Oh. Ready, steady, go. Ready, steady, go. Ready, steady, go. Dole Razor! My hit rate. Okay, well, 15 cents down the drain. It happens. There's a secret room here. Okay, yeah, no, that's fair. I should have looked here, too. There's an Among Us fighting game, and especially, like, from an animation standpoint, it looks really impressive. Not that I will ever play it, because it seems also a little bit like a meme. But in the comments, there was, like, one person that was like, you guys have to introduce, like, ranked matchmaking. I've literally lost 35 games in a row. Here's a video from my last match. And it was them just getting, like, 100 to 0'd, right? And it's funny reading the replies and realizing... I'm not saying this is wrong, by the way, just that, like, there's different kinds of gamers out there. Like, one of the replies was like, well, you know, you just get good. Like, you can't expect people to hand you free wins in a game just for your own mental well-being. That's definitely true. But then they said, I don't want to, like, put in the effort required to get to, like, you know, esports level in Among Us All-Stars fighting game. I just want to, like, turn my brain off and have a little fun. And then they said, they replied, well, if you're just there to have fun, surely you shouldn't care about losing then, right? Like, even if you lost 100 games in a row, you should still be having fun. There's not people out there that, like, actually believe that, right? I don't know, maybe I'm being, a little bit cynical, but I'm like, look, winning is always more fun than losing. Just like, winning applies like a 1.5x scaling factor to your enjoyment, and losing provides like a 0.6 scaling factor. I'm not saying you can't have awesome losses and kind of boring wins, but, you know, if you would I rather win and be bad or lose and be good? I would rather win and be bad, because it's, you know, playing a fighting game for me is not aspirational. It's just a toy. If you're trying to go to Evo, or you thrive on, you know, again, that Michael Jordan style, like I took that personally, arc, then by all means. But, you know, I this is why I've always, at least since, you know, Street Fighter 4 or so, looked at fighting games as if they're kind of like a happiness Ponzi scheme. I'm very proud of this analogy here. That I just came up with on the fly. But the basic premise of a Ponzi scheme is that it's an investment scam where returns are not actually generated by the stock market or whatever you're investing in, theoretically, but instead the returns to older investors, people who have been in the scheme for longer, are paid out exclusively through new money that's brought into the system by promising those same returns. So that's, you know, you and I strike up a deal where I'm like, I'm going to give you a 20% return on your investment every single year. But then instead of actually deriving that investment from investing, I actually am just, you know, promising other people the exact same thing and then paying out person A with person B and person C's payment and or fee, paying out person B with person D and person E's payment. You can see how, like, the pyramid gets set up, you know, because that is what it is. We want Ipecac. Ready? Focus for a second. Ready? Steady. Go. Ready? Steady. Go. Ready? Steady. Go. Ready? Steady. Go. My hit rate is horrible. I've lost my touch. The Ipecac would have changed everything. Why am I using this already? What am I thinking? I'm still having a good time, though. I feel like Dota, well, I don't know, Dota maybe is not the best example. I think Dota is just a chemical addiction at some level, but I really do feel like fighting games kind of fit the definition of a Ponzi scheme, except instead of money, it's happiness. You know, for you to be happy, if we take it as true that winning will make you happier than losing, whoops. One of the best ways to get more wins is to constantly generate, like, new blood in the system, right? The way that you generate new blood in the system is by, you know, encouraging bad people to continue to play so that you can get some free wins and basically, you know, farm neurochemicals off of them. I fully believe it's... you know what? Because it's like the same way, like, you know, crypto evangelists, and I'm not getting into that, but crypto evangelists on Twitter are just, you know, they have a reputation at the very least for turning everything into a discussion about how, like, you should buy Bitcoin. Or even that seems kind of antiquated now. How you should buy SafeMoon, I guess. It's the same with fighting games, right? Like, anytime one of your friends gets into a fighting game, you know, it's like every 2 days they're like, hey man, I gotta tell you, this is, I know I told you before, but this is really like your last opportunity. You gotta get into Guilty Gear Strive, man. It's crazy. You wouldn't believe the dopamine that you get off of this, the movesets, the frame perfect windows. It's maybe it makes me a skeptic. I'm not trying to insult the fighting game community at all. Maybe it makes me a jerk to even say this, but I'm like, whoops, but also kind of sick. What am I doing with the D20? This is not my item. This is also not my beautiful house. That was a bit of a wasted opportunity, but I look at it as like, you know, you want me to join up in the fighting game so that you can beat me like 4 times and then be like, okay, now I'll take it easy on you. I guess how any time I've ever played a fighting game with a friend has gone is like the first game, you know, they've spent 2,500 hours in the training area and then they just like wreck me. And then the second game, like, they toy with me a little bit, and then finally in the third game, they're like, okay, now I'll patronize you by, like, not even trying. Just go ahead and try to hit me. Like, that's no fun, man. How about we play chess? You want to play some chess, Mr. I do a frame-perfect 80 to 20 Sakura combo? Okay, well, how about 1E4? What's your reply? H5? Okay, you might as well just resign right now. Oh, don't worry, I'll go easy on you. I'll only play the second best engine move in every circumstance. Like, what you do? I'm just... I consider it it's a happiness Ponzi scheme. You might as well just kill my deal with the devil chance, you know? Because I don't want anyone when this run is over to be like, oh, he only won because his deals with the devil were so good. Yep, there you go. You might as well just give me 0 deals with the devil for the whole run. There must be a tell there we should learn. We don't come alt path too often, but it's okay. Okay, glitched crown coming right up. We got to come up. Ready, steady, go is not going. We would probably, you know, I might go experimental treatment over meat. 1, 2, 3. Well, you know, still pretty good. Okay, we're going down. This is a weird run. And again, I love watching like high level fighting games. People might say, what about Smash? The only reason like I have any acumen for Smash is because like Smash and Rock Band probably made up more of my undergraduate career than going to class. Look, it's probably close, okay? But there weren't any days where I, like, went to class for 16 hours. There were some days where we played a lot of Rock Band. It's just unfortunate that, you know, I have, like, the weirdest Smash experience where, like, because of, you know, the era that I went to college, you know, we were nostalgic for the N64 Smash Bros. So we played a ton of that, and then like a year into my collegiate experience, Brawl came out. So it really went from like, possibly I was gonna say they're the two least well-loved Smashes, but I think maybe Smash 4 is maybe a little bit less loved. Melee and Ultimate are like, those are the big ones, right? I think that's my understanding of the Smash community, at least, which is meager, admittedly. So I don't mean to insult fighting games in general. I do just love, I don't know, I just wish you wouldn't lie to the newbies, right? I don't know if this is, again, now everybody feels about it, but when a new player's like losing sucks all the time, and then somebody with like 15,000 hours in the genre is like, no, actually, like, it's awesome, then, like, I mean, getting good at something is I'm not gonna say it's not always worth doing. Because, like, as long as you're deriving some genuine... It doesn't even have to be enjoyment moment to moment, because sometimes you, like, don't actually enjoy things in the moment, but you enjoy having done them. Like, running is a good example, I think. Obviously, there's, like, a runner's high or something like that. But if you jog for, like, an hour, even if you get good at it, unless you connect with it on a spiritual level, there will be times over that hour where you're like, man, it would be, like, my legs kind of hurt. It would be nice to not feel that now, and instead maybe we could just, like, get an ice cream and take an Uber home or something. But then when you're done, you're like, I'm glad I did it. And in the moment, you keep running because you're, like, you know, prioritizing that feeling. Was it on this room? It is. Whoopsie. Very, very cool. Wait, what is wrong with me? And also with you, predominantly. But, oh, we got a D20 in here, man. I'm not playing good Isaac today. Just use it. Like, we lose it as soon as we leave anyway. My God. These rocket bombs, man. Save some of them, because we're going to lose our deal with the devil again. It's guaranteed. There it comes. In fact, we're going to lose a lot of HP here. And the reason you keep doing it in the moment is because you know that feeling's coming, right? You know you'd rather in, you know, an hour be like, I did my full run instead of cheaping out when I, you know, if you have injuries or something like that, it's different. But I did my full run instead of bailing for no reason. What a disaster. The same, I think, is true in, like, some games, maybe. Like, maybe in a fighting game, you're like, my goal right now is to get good. Or, you know, to get to Silver 7 or whatever the heck the levels are. To get to the 8th Dawn level. So if you can deal with a little bit of pain to get to that level, more power to you. Who am I to say it's not a worthy pursuit? But I do think you got to be wary about the kinds of people who are trying to siphon your own happiness in order to get their own fulfillment. Which is me, by the way. I'm not saying that I'm not part of that group. That's the reason I played so much Pokemon Unite when it was early. And then when people started getting, you know, wise to how to actually play the game, I got the heck out of there while the getting was still half decent. I didn't sell at the peak, but I sold pretty close for my own personal enjoyment standards. Okay, can we smarten up and like recover on this run? So here, I mean, I still think we want to try to work towards spun. Ready? Steady? Go. There we go. Okay, if only we'd also got an experimental treatment. But you know what? You can't put the genie back in the bottle. Wow, that was close. I still think we can win this run. It's just, it is pretty, like, dubious right now, but I believe in our power in the future, right? That was greed. We got to do the mom stuff here. We don't have to do the glitch crown on the mom stuff, which is merciful. Pay attention to your dice from the dice bag, too. But I guess, I don't know. I wouldn't say I'm skeptical of the idea that it's a pursuit worth doing. I think we take it for granted. By the way, all these items kind of stinky. Also, we have like no frame rate because of the the item description mod. I'm just gonna grab one of these. Tooth and nail is actually not bad. I can live with that. We got D7, huh? We got the option to pick up a bunch of items and decided like they were all kind of bad. We can use tooth and nail here. Okay. It's an interesting choice. I guess Black Candle is like agnostically one of the best. There's something to be said about Guppy's tail here, though. I think I'm going to try for Guppy's tail. 1, 2, 3, go. I shouldn't have left, obviously, but that's fine. That's evolution for me. You know, the idea that those golden chests long-term might pay dividends for us. I hope we have a long-term on this run. But whenever, like, you know, sometimes I'll express frustration with the game, people are like, well, that's just the first step in getting good. I'm like, all right, this is my stop. Wait, we didn't mean quit the game. We need you to stick around so we can get free wins off of you. No, that's all right. Like, I got enough, like, hard stuff in my life that actually provides, like, fulfillment. You know, like, being a dad has its tough moments. In my like, off time, I don't also need to go on the pursuit of that. You're not gonna hit me. But I think it's, you know, you gotta take it on a player-by-player basis. Maybe you are into that. Anyway, I'm glad we got some meat out of that discussion, because it's shaping up to be a longish run. We don't have too many floors remaining. And I would say, honestly, the thing about Glitched Crown, even if it's kind of like, it's got a lot of mental overhead to use, and it genuinely does. But it also maximizes our odds of... Scary. Of seeing, like, those kinds of items that just win you the game outright. Like Ipecac, for example. It sucks that we missed it, but, you know, we can't go back and do it. Hey, that's just the necessary suck you gotta go... I know, by the way, we're gonna... There's like a... Have I talked ad nauseum yet about the argument to Isaac? The #1 fallacy when people, like, disagree with my argument, or even when they agree but they want to argue because the internet has, like, melted our brains collectively as a society to think that if we're not in constant conflict, then, you know, we're not engaged. People go, well, NL, imagine if you had that attitude when you started playing Isaac and you lost one run and said, well, whatever. It's not when you lose that you say, I'm out. It's when you stop having fun. And the argument to Isaac is probably like, you know, I've never stopped having fun, for one. But, you know, if you want to turn it on its head, the least fun I ever had with the game was definitely like the 2 years of Afterbirth Plus, where I thought Repentance could come out any day, but it didn't. If we had stopped playing the game temporarily over the course of that period and played other things, it probably would have been a good career move, but... It's very easy to come up with that kind of stuff in hindsight, right? Thank you, Tooth and Nail. Oh, my word. So I'm not sore about it. I'm just saying, if you want to argue, you know, the Isaac fallacy and claim that, you know, oh, but excuse me, Don't Care Didn't Ask, but you play Isaac, you know, be careful what you wish for, because I remain coherent with my principles, in my opinion, at least. You might not get the answer you're looking for there. D100? I'm not going to do it. I actually think the D100 is the coward's way out here. Ready? Steady. Oh! Okay, the D1 could be very useful. Man, those booger tears would have been pretty sick. Would have been a nice little compromise, consolation prize for having not gotten Ipecac. I can't process this. Come on, man. This is just too much. I think if we want... I don't know if we want anything there just yet. Coupon's interesting, but probably Humbling Bundle. Ready, steady, go. Hey, let's go. Okay, now we're talking. I'm not saying we got it. And I also hate to get rid of Book of the Dead, but I think that the D1 is a genuine, like, potential run winner. This is where I'm relying on, you know, Guppy's tail plus 2 of spades. Seems like a pretty sick get. Can you just get the heck away from me? You heckin' chonker. It's such a floofy, such a big floof. Sorry, I'm trying to delete it. Much wow. We have a secret room. The odds of us beating the mausoleum boss without getting hit are pretty low, but you gotta try. This is potentially pretty good. We gotta, like, just fishing for 1 spirit heart. Then we gotta do a deal with the devil glitched crown. Oh, man. That's some... Oh, Joker. Judgment? Okay, Demon Judgment would be interesting. Okay, look at that. Would you look at that? The Empress, I don't even remember what it is. It turns you into Maggie, maybe? Temporary effects plus 2 red hearts. The Morning Sun has vanquished the horrible night, by the way. Let's stop, like, there. Let's take this, full health. Bombs are key. Yikes. I know we got strength. We got 2 jokers. No, we got an ace of clubs back here as well. Hold up. I'm just trying to think about what would give us the best chance to not be killed. The Hanged Man turns us into greed temporarily. We can pop that, and it'll keep us going, like, as greed, while we farm up a little bit via this, like, ace of clubs. Will you guys turn into money and bombs? What? It D6'd me, man! We definitely should have D1'd, especially with Lucky Penny. But hold on, we'd probably rather double up on the Joker card then, right? Like, 2 of spades is one thing, don't get me wrong. We got it. We're spoiled for choice right now. I think you want to take the Joker card, pop it down out here, use it. Don't even get me started, man. We want Incubus. Ready, steady, go. Let's go. Nothing, I mean, I want them, but, like, we can't afford the HP for them yet. Okay, this is more than a start. Like, there's genuine chances now. Soul of Azazel. You know what? The D1 Soul of Azazel. Kind of an interesting idea, huh? Being able to turn into Azazel once every... Oh, we have no money. Being able to turn into Azazel once every 4 rooms. What's funny is that that's also what, like, Azazel's horn does. And I look at that item as if it's, like, pure trash. So Soul of the Keeper is a great thing to double with the D1. But I don't care. We got too much mental overhead here. We gotta... Unless you want to be here for, you know, 6 hours, you kind of gotta make a decision and go with it. And you know I'm always a little bit predisposed to work towards momentum instead of the opposite. Come on. Full health. Not bad. Lets me feel a little bit more confident here for sure. Let's... I'm not disappointed with Dice Bag right now. Just let me work on this for a second. If I were a cool cursed room that also could be a secret angel deal, I would not be there, I think. I think we got to go a little deeper on this one. Man, oh man, though. I will always be sad that we didn't get Ipecac. So again, what's the methodology? D12, huh? You want to try to find a room that's diagonal to a place you could not access. Like a room that... Oh my. Tooth and Nail saved us. A room that would have been inaccessible to you. is the most likely / only place that a secret room can spawn. I mean, D1 into another cracked key is something. Into another cracked key, because we had the temporary D1. It could be here. Or here. Cracked key! No, I'm sorry. You should not be able to bend like that. Who do you think you are, Beckham? It could still be in... Well, I don't think so, actually. At some point, like, we've had really good luck finding these rooms, you know, over the past 20 episodes or so. But at some point, you do have to, I guess you might as well. Or not. At some point, it comes down to a numbers game. Also, this run is too long. I take full responsibility for that. Don't get me wrong. But I'm also like, man, this is too darn long. Like, what are we at? 41 minutes? We're on the 5th boss? Luckily, at least it's now because we got some good stuff going on, but for a while there, it was just nasty. Every time, I will never miss an opportunity to dodge myself into where they're gonna shoot. I think it could be here. I'm not gonna leave just yet, but... As you can tell, like, we're still very understated here. Our HP is even pretty bad, which is the saddest thing of all. Usually, like, when you got a train wreck, your HP is pretty good. Saved. Okay, we got D7. Definitely worth a bomb. Definitely worth 2 bombs. Very nice, thank you, yes. Okay, I don't know what we want, man. Maybe the sneeze? 1, 2, 3. It's something. I can't be too mad. That's something, man. D8 on this room. How about no thank you? Ready, steady, go. I'm committed. I'm not sure if you can tell. Highest priority for me. Wow. Okay. Is getting the angel, or getting the demon judgment, also known as the angel, apparently. Getting the demon judgment to pay out with a pedestal of 5 things. That could change our life. Beauty. Okay, well, I was kind of slithering over there. My mistake. Perks. D12, reroll some rocks. Health up, love it. Speed up, love it. Reroll some rocks. We out. Alright, I think we're done, finally, with this floor. So we're taking the Joker with us. We might even actually, now that we have a little bit more HP, we might feel comfortable. Please. We might feel comfortable, taking, like, a Death's Touch? Or trying, maybe that's more apt, trying to take a Death's Touch from the deal with the devil? Ace of Diamonds. Well, you know what? Originally I was going to leave, but then you gave me the opportunity to pop an Ace of Diamonds down. Keep in mind, we're also desperately searching for the payout from this demon judgment. I'm Ron Burgundy. This is a long run, man. I guess the starter deck's pretty good. 1, 2, 3. And then we can hold the Joker and something else. Probably not the devil. I don't think we should fight the boss first. I think we should leverage our high HP. That's beautiful. Spin down is too much. I think we want Transcendence. 1, 2, 3. You don't see it too much, but I'm happy to see it. I just genuinely, and if you want to be mad, like, be mad. Just like Cat Stevens said, if you want to be mad, be mad. If you want to be free, be free. If you want to get good, get good. There's a million ways to parry. Don't you know that? Should be using the D1 as well, but like I will take the Soul of Azazel with me. No, I won't, because we just got the Hierophant, and that actually changes everything. So basically that one room is an engine for us to win the whole run, if things go well. D10. Re-roller! Don't take my incubus, please. That one room might have won us the game. We got so much extra unexpected value out of that one circumstance there. Go ahead, take my familiars. Please. Oh my god. You gotta blow up the... Every time they say blow up the skull. There you go. We blew up the skull. Drop Joker and Hierophant. It doesn't matter what it doubles. We'd prefer if it's Hierophant. Okay. Rate of fire is always good. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Gotta believe. Parappa the Rappa. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's no confidence at all. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Okay, this is we built we bought a zoo on this floor. This is going mighty good. This is going. My HP is pretty bad, but things improved drastically. We do. I'm just look. I want to use the Hierophant to max. Oh, we can fly. I want to use the Hierophant to maximize our HP. Eternal D6. No. Just scared of my own bombs, which is not nice, but I guess we in the future, now that we have multiple rooms for like that we can get charges on, we can drop the Joker on a separate room. I mean, we actually want to use the Joker early, so we should be D1ing when we get the chance. We have no choice here but to risk it all, because we will lose the D1 if we don't, like the temporary one. So we did get a Hierophant, so we use the Hierophant. Then we carry these two with us. Again, like, I know people are going to look at some of my decisions. Not using the D4, by the way, is not cowardice, or the D100, because we're already zaned out of our frickin' gourd, man. Please. We're zaned to infinity. We should have been using a charge there. We're zaned to infinity already. This is amazing. We want Mr. Dolly. 1, 2, 3. Mr. Dolly. We don't need to duplicate those. Now we're gonna drop them, and check this out. Like, we actually want to duplicate the Joker now, so we can hit up this deal with the devil early. Man, I'm stunned we can't be Guppy. Both Guppy items are on the same pool right now. So Lusty Blood is pretty okay. I think we should take a Guppy item, knowing we got the Joker coming. 1, 2, 3. Okay, it's not necessarily bad. Well, now we can try Empty Vessel. 1, 2, 3. We got Missing Page 2. So that was just a whiff in all aspects. But it's actually fine. Genuinely, actually fine. It sucks that we missed out on the potential there. However, our HP is still great because of the Hierophant. I just wish we got something of value instead of nothing of value, but... oh well. That's just the way it is. The chest will never... the pedestals never stay the same. Please stop. Please stop. Okay, I'm stopping. I'm cracked. I mean, if we win this run, it's not really like... You know what it is? This is like someone being such a bad driver that you're amazed with their driving skill because they didn't get you killed in a situation they put themselves into. We can just leave the Hierophant on the ground for now. This is like your dad, you know, like trying to shave while he drives, but also avoiding a head-on collision that was caused by somebody else's idiocy. What's the metaphor there? Well, it's like my own badness on this run and maybe a lack of focus and execution led us to this sorry fate. And yet, simultaneously, like, we're actually probably also going to use an impressive degree of Isaac knowledge to pull ourselves out of this. We don't speak about the soul of Lazarus. Polyphemus, please, please. 1, 2, 3, go. Oh! I think we were, like, on the border. Even the game was like, I don't know whether or not you got it there, but I'll take it, man. I'll take it. Okay, 27 damage. That's solid. That's pretty good. Alright, this run got kind of hype. Thank God I didn't quit Isaac the first time I lost. Nah. It's funny the difference a floor can make, but I'm like, it's not that critical anymore. So we want to see tiers upgrades. Now with Polyphemus, a tiers upgrade will really hit the spot. We'll take, honestly, we should take Polaroid. The invincibility is actually like a better DPS upgrade. Because if we get hit, we have like some risk-free damage we can get out there. Alright, that's my bad. Who would have thought I'd actually be stoked that we got that bombs or key too, huh? So we have to just be a little careful the way we do this. I actually think, let's just go down first. Because rather than use the Hierophant right away, I would rather use the Joker first, I think. I know how much HP we have, roughly. We had like 7. Joker. They said the Joker, the thing about him is he's a wanted man. I actually don't think we want a Boneheart, believe it or not. 1, 2, 3, go. Lovely. I wouldn't mind Eye of Belial. I have no confidence here. 1, 2, 3, go. You should. You should. Just take it just in case. Just as a temporary kind of like... Don't... Oh, careful. I thought the gas would explode. This is a temporary kind of like bulwark to our HP. Ooh, this is tough. I gotta be honest. This is tough. The D1 is already like infinite HP. So I don't think it's that tough. I think you want Holy Mantle. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Fate is not good. We have 17 different ways to fly. But it's okay. Holy Mantle was the right play just because, like, I originally thought Satanic Bible, but then I'm like, we have infinite HP regardless. So why risk it, right? So, you know how we play this one now. We just start doubling up on this Hierophant card. Then we'll leave it behind temporarily, so we got an easy double in the future. We don't necessarily need to do this, but knowing, like, I don't mind picking up HP, knowing we got guaranteed devil deals in the future. This run should be unlosable now, just to be honest. And it's been a fun one too. Like, we had a little bounce early on. Always nice to get a little bounce. I really got up to less than 0 this weekend, to be honest with you. So, like, I have no anecdotes. I'm glad we got to talk about fighting games. Something I know essentially nothing about. Hey, what the? How dare you? Please. That one little worm that's causing all these problems, last gray worm. I am excited for Deathloop, man. I had knew very little about the game coming in because I don't care to follow the AAA industry really. It's not like really like a conscious decision. It's just like what I find appealing about games is not on display as much in AAA stuff as it is in indie stuff. You know, I don't care for the average game story. There are exceptions, but the average game story, I snooze a little bit. I recognize the craftsmanship in something like, you know, The Last of Us, but I just don't care, I guess, is as much as it sounds like maybe, you know, opting out of experiencing one of the most, like, I don't care about being part of like the game's culture, if that makes sense. I'm much more interested in just like having a fun time. Tears up, please. So we want the white bottle. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go. And again, you know, like, I mean, I guess if you throw stones, you should expect to get your windows broke. Isn't that how that expression goes? Those in glass houses should expect their windows to get broken. We can just use the Joker here, because it's the final floor. I wouldn't say no to brimstone bombs or the pentagram. I think brimstone bombs would be more fun, though. 1, 2, 3, go. Let's go. Here, I honestly see a lot of stuff that doesn't interest me very much at all. And the Eternal D6 made it disappear, so fair enough. Want to see me make a pencil disappear? It works. Okay, that's amazing. But like, I talk smack on other consumers. So when people are like, oh, well, the cutscene's longer than 4 seconds long, I'm bored. I'm like, why would you cyberbully me? And I'm like, oh, right, yeah, okay, that makes sense. But, you know, I'm just not interested in the kind of... The average AAA game experience is already, like, stereotyped in my head as, like, hey, you boot up the game, you watch, like, 17 logos go by, you meet a 45-year-old, inexplicably jacked father, but get this, he has feelings now, too. Like, and it's an upgrade, by the way, because when I was, like, 15, he didn't have feelings. He was just like, I'm going to kill you. And you're like, tears stream down your face. I should have been the one to fill your dark soul with light. But, it's just, I'm kind of like, you know. If I wanted a good story, I'd watch Scary Movie 3, okay? All I want to do is hit buttons and get free dopamine right now. We might as well see what we got here. We're going the right way. Careful. I almost blew myself up there. You just gotta be a little careful. Be prepared. But Deathloop seems cool, and Mathis was talking to me a little bit about it as well. He was saying, I think we do it like this. Hold on. He was saying it's a little bit like a Hitman, where you gotta assassinate your targets. But on top of being like Hitman, it's also got like Dark Souls style invasions. So like while you're going up against your foes, I'll D8 myself, I don't care. Nice little range upgrade, just what the doctor ordered. While you're trying to like plan your route to assassinate these targets, like somebody can join your game and then try to invade and kill you while you're doing the assassinations. That seems super neat. That's a cool, like, that's AAA doing what I want AAA to do, which is like, you know, I mean, you're gonna turn me into a bit of a cynic here, but care less about like shareholder value and much more about like, hey, we've got like more resources than 99.9% of game developers. Let's do something interesting instead of just like remaking Knights of the Old Republic. Look, okay, I'm not I'm not knocking KOTOR. I bought the original the day it came out in like July 2003. I had an awesome time. Bastila! Al Pacino? Bastila! Anyway, but it's long story short, I'm just like, come on, they really need to remake everything, but maybe it's okay. I mean, Repentance, well, Rebirth is kind of a remake in its own right, I suppose. Fair enough. Hey, for now, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. I can't believe we made it on this cursed run, but I'll see you next time. See ya!